It's that kind of weather, all right? Rain, wet roads. So as we say good morning to everybody across Trinidad and Tobago and throughout the region, we want to remind you guys, be careful on the nation's road as you head out this morning, heading to wherever you got to go to, whether it's to drop the children off to school, to work, whatever, to play. Wherever you're headed, just be careful, all right? We've been warning about that. We know that road fatalities are up. That whole conversation has been taking place. The merit point system and everything is back in the conversation and so on and so forth. But just remember to take your time. All right. So as we get the program started this morning, there's a lot to talk about as it relates to the press conference yesterday. It's all over the front page of the paper this morning. PM draws battle lines. Venezuela incursion into TT will meet deadly force. And the Prime Minister also spoke about student violence, and she was very clear. We're going to get your thoughts on that this morning. Finally, Saddam Hussein and Barry Padarat also spoke yesterday as it relates to Faris Al-Rawi and these mass firings at CPEP and so on and so forth. So we're going to hear what they had to say. I tell you, boy, the more Barry Padarat talk is the more I like it. At first I was like, he's a little dramatic, but I like it. That man cracking me up, yes? Anyway, this is the drama boy, oh God, Lord, the theater, that is Barry Padarat. All right, so, like I said, it's all in the paper this morning. Okay, now I'll just give you a few headlines. Outside of those headlines, of course, page 3, Kamala draws battle lines. PNM calls for TT and Venezuela diplomacy. Rowley said, what happened to diplomacy? UNC says government works contract signed just before election. We'll get into that. PM says students to be expelled for beatings. Labre shooting victim dies at hospital. Sturge says we'll hear Beckle's views on stand your ground law. Right? Vibes Cartel concert promoter unsure of ticket sales revenue. But didn't he say he would make a statement since June the 3rd? All I can remember, I read that in the papers. With the statement. Lullaby director to sue woman who damaged equipment. And you should. I'm glad. Because let me tell you something. I know people may have been disgruntled. I know you would have been upset. But you don't do those things. You don't do those things. And it's all over social media. You understand? And this is the problem we have in society with big people behaving like little children that throw in tantrums. And you go on and you spend your money, and now you're going to be sued for the damage to the people equipment. You're just stupid. That's stupidity. You know what I mean? There is being angry and getting vexed and, whatever, you're upset, and then there's just being stupid. And that was a stupid, stupid thing to do. Government announces new CAL board. Business chambers praise police fleet boost and urge accountability. Repairs on police posts. Fellas, repairs on police posts at Rowley's home begin. The repairs are... So, so let us say killing me, boy. Just say killing me, boy. I tell you, just think, I don't know, boy. Just, yeah. Police are assigned to protect former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley's home in Goodwood Park, Negobatin, are cautiously optimistic after repairs to the dilapidated police booth they occupy finally began. So, no, but seeing that this is, okay, seeing this is a police booth that he has 6 months of protection, he has 3 more months, right? We have no other police post that we could have just replace it with. And we could have put this into, we could have carried this to repair it and replace it with a police post. Yeah, you understand? Yeah. Boy, yeah, I tell you. Lord have, we have the police, we have some of those, remember I sent all some pictures? We have 3 of them. Yeah, let me just give some examples of what it's supposed to look like. Right? I tell you, I had to laugh, you know, this is, I tell you, Trinidad is a comedy. Trini still hopeful, though son missing in Antigua for 51 days. Planning minister says end plastic pollution. Plastic pollution. I don't even know what to say again. Every time I read things about this whole climate thing, I just had a laugh, yes, boy. I'm telling you, you know. And this is Dr. Kennedy Sorat Singh, eh? Well, I mean, we could agree to disagree. Everybody have their position. But what you all need to do, well, then stop putting everything in plastic. Yeah, seeing it. Stop, go to the grocery. Everything comes in plastic. Right? Anyhow, let me leave that alone, boy, because I have a whole talk for next day. Who want to believe in climate change could believe in all of that, yes? Last I looked, we're in the rainy season, then, fellas? And we're in the rainy season? And rain falling? Okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah, put back up the police post to me. Let me just give them. No, not that one. This is what we get in Trinidad and Tobago. This is what it could look like or supposed to look like. That's in the UK. And this is another example of a mobile police station. Keeping the community safe. So those are 2 examples. But in Trinidad, outside the former Prime Minister residence, this is what you get. Yeah, this is the Trini version. All you know, we have a version to everything, right? There's the bootleg version out of Taiwan. Hey, Lord of mercy, I tell you, look at the tapolin now. I would have liked to be there when the reporter asked the police, so what has happened when rainfall? And the police officer replied, we get wet. The man say, I pull a quarter and hope, yes? Lord have mercy, how I tell you. All right, those are some of the headlines in the paper. Now, we're 10 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock this morning. So before we go further, we're going to start with the first clip with the Prime Minister speaking on the Venezuela issue. And what's that? What? No, I know that. But don't jump the gun now. All you on fast forward, you know, I on play. No, I not jumping the gun. I on play, you know. All you on fast forward. All you just now. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Press pause. Press pause and come back to me. Right? Nice. So we're going to get into the first clip on Venezuela. We are going to also review what she said concerning the student violence. And there are two other videos that I want to review, two other topics of discussion that the Prime Minister brought up. She was very firm on Stanya law legislation, and then there was the issue of Faris al-Rawi that we will deal with as they replied through Saddam Hussein and Barry Padarat yesterday at the press conference in terms of these, this fear-mongering that Faris is creating. But before we get to that, we got to get to Olive's house. So, we're going to do that right now. All right? We're going to get to it, man, guys. Okay? Nice. Right. You see we catch up. As Olive press pause, we catch up. Yeah. Olive on fast forward. I like Olive and Olive on fast forward, but slow it down. Let me stay within the speed limit. The road wet. So, introducing Olive's House Senior Care Facility, which is located in the serene Sangre Chiquito area of Sangre Grande at Rosie Latchman Avenue, Eastern Main Road, James Smart Village. Olive's House is beautifully situated with a spacious main area, full living and dining rooms, fully equipped medical wards, as well as assisted living quarters, inclusive of all required amenities. It's designed to offer comfort, freedom of movement, and, of course, support to your loved ones in their senior years. And Olive's House is operated 24/7. They have that staff of professional, qualified geriatric personnel. Hot meals are prepared daily according to specified dietary requirements. And the service is always warm and friendly, and all clients are treated with the respect and dignity that their years demand. So, to find out more about the services offered, you could contact Olive's House Senior Care Facility on 232-6367, 291-7919, or 374-4165. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram. Also, we are on the eve of Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy starting the Creative International Cuisine Cooking course. It starts tomorrow along with the baking and pastry course, Saturday the 7th of June. And for all inquiries, if you have not signed up yet and you're a late entry, you're trying to get in late, you can call or WhatsApp Chef on 3724639 or 7375097. Keep in mind, this is the traveling chef. He'll be down in Guyana for the food festival. I had to talk him into that. I can't believe he was going to do Father's Day and bypass a whole food festival in Guyana. Chef, it's a good thing you mentioned it on the program, and I could have talked some sense into you. All right, but those of you who have not signed up yet, you have today and that's it, and you start tomorrow. All right? And we also have GNP Pest Control. I want to remind you about GNP Pest Control Limited. They are experts in all types of pest control, ranging from termites to rodents, ants, cockroaches, lawn pests, and much more. They are armed with the latest techniques and technologies, including fumigation for drywood termites, and GNP Pest Control's professionally trained staff are ready to tackle even the most difficult infestations. For a free inspection and quotation, you could contact them today at 61 to 65 Covine Road in Diego Martin. You could also call them on 227-0835 or WhatsApp them on 250-8397. Email them at jppestcontrol@hotmail.com and let them shield your home or business from pesky pest. And finally, before we go further, I want to remind you about Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. And of course, they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments in prolozone therapy, halotherapy, live blood analysis, limb bagging, colon hydrotherapy, oxygen baths, and more. And they offer consultation services in live blood analysis, diabetes, child counseling, supplements, detox programs, arthritis, and more. So to check them out and determine which service is the right choice for you, you can visit any one of their 3 locations in Trin City, Chaguanas, and Tobago. You could also give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You could WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com. With that, we are going to get into the first round of business here from the press conference yesterday. Gentlemen, do I have my Venezuela clip? All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to take the break, and when we come back, we will get into the action. So take the break, and we will return with the press conference from yesterday, right here on Breaking Dawn. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, and we're going to take your phone calls as well. I do ask, it's going to be a fun Friday, but I do ask that when you call in, stick to the topic. I know that you want to jump ahead, some of you all, to comment on everything we're going to talk about. But let me tell you something. People have requested that I take a day, and for new callers, I think it's easier said than done. So when you're sitting down at home, it's not that easy. Sometimes 25, 30 people calling at the same time, right? And I don't know what it is, but for some reason or the other, like the people who are accustomed getting through the number, they just pop up and pop in first. And now and then I'm given the opportunity, depending on when the person talks and hangs up. You know, somebody I might catch a new caller, or somebody doesn't get in often, and that kind of thing. It's just the way that it happens, all right? But when the point I'm trying to make is, when we're talking on one topic and you want to go all over the place, it have somebody here watching the show. It have somebody watching the show who may want to speak on that topic that we're in at that moment, and they cannot get in because you're going all over the place, jumping the gun. Stick on topic and keep it short and sweet this morning. So take the break. We'll come back with Venezuela.
I'm looking for a magic for this disaster of a war.
You need a master plan.
A what?
Kaleidoscope Weather Master Exterior Latex Emulsion. It stands up to our wicked sun and crazy rain. It shields against fading, protects against mildew, and is crack resistant. This paint so tough that it is tried and tested against British standards and formulated with European raw material.
Kaleidoscope Weathermaster Exterior Latex Emulsion, the premium outdoor paint that protects and shields against fading. Available at hardware and Kaleidoscope color shops nationwide.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
The best buys and best savings just got even better at JTA Supermarkets. Marigold margarine 227 gram, 3 for $18.99. Swiss spaghetti 400 gram, 3 for $18.99. Eve soybean oil 500 ml, 2 for $19.99. Chocolisto chocolate drink 200 gram, 2 for $19.99. Chelsea's brown sugar 1800 grams, $19.99. Eve coconut milk powder 50 gram, 4 for $19.99. Pepsi 7-Up soft drink 500 ml, 6 for $19.99. Carlton's choice paper towel roll 75 count, 4 rolls for $19.99. Crest toothpaste 5.7 ounce, $17.99. Soft and pretty toilet tissue 12 count, $19.99. Plus many more items. Specials valid until June 8, 2025. JTA Supermarkets, where your total bill always costs less.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Hey! All you let we go Vinci Mass this year! I don't hear everybody talking about the vibes, the all-inclusive parties, the Juve, the street parade, and the competitions in Pan, Mass, and Calypso. And don't talk about Soca Monarch, it's real bad. And to top it off, Vincy mask is easy on the pocket, but it's classy and very safe. So all you, let we go Vincy mask this year. It's June 27th to July 8th, and we in that.
Book your tickets and accommodations early. For more information, email info@vincymass.vc or find them on IG at Vincy_mass, on Facebook at VincyMass, or log on to www.vincymass.vc.
Let we go Vincy mask 2025!
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh Ji, are you worried about the problems in your life? Are you facing problems in your relationship? Do you have problems in your job or business? Are you facing health issues? Then the only solution. Master Santosh Ji. He is an expert in palm, face and horoscope reading. Know your future and change the way of your life. He is expert in solving problems related to love, relationship, job, health, finance, sexual, enemy, spiritual problem, many more. He removes all negativity and gives good luck. He is specialist in getting back loved ones and ex-love back. Get an effective solution for all your problems. Call Master Santosh Ji at +1 86838443844. Located in all over Trinidad and Tobago.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
To strengthen your immune system, you need to nourish your body with foods rich in antioxidants. Exercise regularly and build your immunity with supportive nutrients. That's why the experts at Jameson created products for immune support made with pure ingredients. For 100 years, Jameson has helped take care of you and your family. At Jameson, your wellness will always be our goal. Jameson, here for your health.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal. Reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
All right, so we're back. And we're going to get into the first video, 25 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock, as we return. And it has to do with what the Prime Minister said as it relates to Venezuela. Yesterday in the newspaper, there was a story. I read a little piece of it. And in the press conference yesterday evening, the Prime Minister made it very clear, very, very clear, that Trinidad and Tobago will not be threatened in any way. All right? Run the thing.
Now, we've seen in the media a lot being made by the Venezuelans, making accusations against Trinidad and Tobago. My minister is here with us. Minister, yes, is here, and he will take up further questions on it. With respect to a paramilitary group entering Venezuela from Trinidad, I say categorically we have no evidence to validate this at this point. I saw also in today's paper where the Venezuelan Justice Minister claimed that the Trinidadian Kendall Geron was supposedly captured in this group. Again, we have seen no evidence to support the comments from these Venezuelan officials. Now, Mr. Cabello said something, it was quoted in The Guardian. Yes, I do read The Guardian, guys. Quoted in The Guardian, where he vowed to pursue anyone attempting to destabilize Venezuela. And I quote his words, as reported. There must be justice. We are going we are going after the gangs wherever they are. I repeat, there must be justice. We are going after the gangs wherever they are. Today, I want to make it very clear to the Venezuelan government and officials that they can do whatever they want on Venezuelan territory, but they cannot come here. TNT territory is off limits to them. If Mr. Cabello's comments are a veiled threat to enter TNT territory, they should reconsider any such intention. The fact is that as a responsible government, we have to take all threats against any incursion into our territory seriously. I will speak to Minister of Defense and Attorney General to seek advice on protections for our Coast Guard, to use deadly force on any unidentified vessel entering TT waters from Venezuela, smuggling military able-bodied men and women. TNT is off limits to them. Following comments from Maduro and Cabellos, we now have to take seriously the threat by that government sending their agents into our country to commit acts that can be adverse to our own welfare. We will also have to take a look at how we go forward with Venezuelan migrants here who are military-aged and able-bodied men and women. We have to take this threat seriously now. They have done this before. They made similar propaganda comments about Guyana and Colombia whenever they had interior political problems or elections, and then they engage in border skirmishes with violence. We will take these threats very seriously. I want to tell further TNT drug and human traffickers, smugglers, who are masquerading as fishermen. If you enter Venice waters to do your illegal acts and you're caught by Venice authorities, you are on your own. I repeat, you are on your own. No amount of family crying on Ian's programs will cause us to intervene. Mr. Cabello also alleged U.S. involvement, again throwing out the tired old bogey of blame the Yankees, and he also condemned treatment of Venice abroad who have fled their homeland. Now they have started with TNT. Mr. Cabello should ask himself why Venice are fleeing Venezuela in the first place. Why are they fleeing? Is it because of behavior of their own government? I say further, no amount of rhetoric from the Maduro government will drive any wedge between this UNC-led government and the US government. We stand solidly with the American government on the issues concerning Venezuela. That will not change. We want no part of the Venezuelan government's interior political gimmickry. We are peaceful neighbors. Let us leave it at that.
All right. Now, with the exception of the Coast Guard using deadly force against any unidentified vessel, I don't know if our Coast Guard equipped to use deadly force. But outside of that, I don't see anything wrong in what she said there. But some people seem to have a problem with it, including the former Prime Minister. It is on record that just recently, Venezuela tried to bully Guyana as it relates to the Essequibo region. Good? Going as so far as to call an election in that area, which was rejected by the populace there. So I don't see anything with that. I think the Prime Minister has made it very clear to Venezuela that we stand with the United States of America and we will not pivot, as opposed to the last administration who tried to pivot between the US and Venezuela because they're trying to lock down this drug and gas deal. So they're trying to play both sides of the fence, right? She's making it very clear. We not in that old talk with all you. You understand? And I think she makes this statement as boldly as she makes it because she will know the backing that she have from up north. Hello, good morning.
Yes. How are you?
Yeah, cool man. Go ahead.
I think Raleigh should just enjoy retirement and hush him out, yes? Because if, according to Maduro, right? No, according to Raleigh, saying how I'm going to be friendly neighbor and diplomacy and whatever. And instead of putting it public and having a public meeting, and Maduro could have simply get in contact with our Prime Minister and quietly try to
That's right.
this problem.
But they didn't choose to do that. They chose to publicly go out and make this allegation. The Minister of Defense spoke to the media right after. He said, up to now, there is no evidence of this happening. They have nothing. It's just a baseless allegation so far that has been put out by Maduro and the administration.
And the next thing too is I know telling my family, I say US have so much interest in Trinidad. You think they would want to hear, all Trump want to hear is Venezuela want to attack Trinidad and you want to bet we had the...
He will flatten Venezuela. He will flatten Venezuela. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and all the big belly soldiers we have, well, they better started to do push-ups since last night because they have to go into action just now.
All right, pa, no problem. I'll go in again. Let me take this one. I don't see any problem with what she said. Morning. I don't have no problem with what she said here. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, what's going on? Talk to us.
Quickly, just two things on this issue. The American government moving away from trying to defend another country in a military way. This present administration talking that talk that, listen, you have to have skin in the game and you must be able to defend yourself in a particular way. We will support you if you end up in a situation by backing policies that are aligning with the US. But Ukraine will tell you that. Ukraine will tell you, America, moving away from trying to wholly defend somebody. That's the first thing.
I don't think that's a valid point with the Ukraine.
No, well, I just use that as one thing.
But what I'm saying is, when you go into that Ukraine issue and you see the amount of money that America was pumping into that war under Biden and them, it's two different animals you're dealing with. In terms of what was going on there and this situation with Venezuela, or any situation with Venezuela as it relates to any, whether it is Guyana or whether it is Trinidad and Tobago.
So America is still having diplomatic relations with Venezuela and still holding them under sanctions. I think recently they got somebody who was a hostage there, and a US person went down there, talked to Maduro, sit down with him around a table in the same manner that anybody else should do. And our military here is about just over 5,000.
We don't have a military.
Oh, well,
let me not say we have a military. No, we don't have a military. Come on, go ahead.
Behave now. Behave. We have men and women. Behave yourselves.
We have a defense force. We have a defense force.
We have a 5,000 and they have 330-something thousand with a 1.6 million in reserves. Warning them and pushing up a posture. You have to be, you know, I'm not saying that you have to be, you don't present a weak posture.
Right.
But the thing about, as you say, the only issue I had with that was that shoot on sight kind of
deadly, any unidentified vessel coming in from Venezuela, you could meet a deadly force. That's the only little issue I have there.
It has some movies. It has some movies that go in that direction and it does come out good. But I how the writer write it. But in reality, 5,000 against 300,000 with a 1.6 million. Relax.
I understand. It's not Sparta.
I go on.
Yeah, man. No, I understand all of that, you know. But what I'm saying is, I don't have any problem with the Prime Minister making a bold statement. I don't think she said we're going to go to war with Venezuela. She's just saying that, listen, we're not going to entertain these allegations and any position that Venezuela might be taking to handle any kind of business like that on Trinidad soil. She said, go ahead and handle wherever you handle on your soil. Morning.
Morning, Stefan. How you going, man?
Yeah.
Sometimes I just try to understand the logics of the way how some people is thinking. So, because we have a 5,000 military, and them have how much? 100,000. I mean, they could say and do whatever they want. Then we supposed to just stay quiet and let it just come in and enter our country and do whatever they want and say whatever they want, and we mustn't respond. If we had a military of one and they made that statement, it is the prerogative of the Prime Minister to respond in the way she did, and she did absolutely nothing wrong, and I totally support what she said. And it would always have the few idiots like Rowley who would gaslight situation like this, because you have to understand his mentality of how he dealt with Maduro. Every single thing against the way how and the philosophies of America, he was doing contrary to that. And this Prime Minister put it out direct into the public domain that she is having a good relationship with the United States. Nothing Maduro or Venezuela could do would stop that.
It's going to come between the relationship we have with the United States of America. So, I don't say, yeah.
And that is the back end. And people is talk, the Democratic Party in America, they've built their way of governance on war. The Republican Party, Trump builds his on dialogue and peace. And if you at war with another country and you cannot come to terms with Trump how you want to settle the war and thing, well, exactly what we're going on with Ukraine and Russia, well, go ahead. You understand? Right. Battle yourself on your own. We is a different situation. We don't have a military of 5, you know. We have a military of the United States backing us up.
All right.
So I would like Maduro to play dotish and do something stupid, because about time
I wouldn't like
somebody end that somebody end that stupidness with this man and bring back Venezuela to some sort of democratic society.
All right,
good
cool,
morning,
man.
Stefan. Take care.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, man. Yeah, I just see it as a firm statement, as it should be coming from a leader, one leader to the next. I'm not going to be bullied. It's simple as that. Morning. And she could be making the statement as bold as she made it, given that position that she's new Prime Minister, and she just making a clear statement on the front foot saying, I'm not going to be bullied. You're not going to intimidate me. It could be coming from a position as that, and she had a right to make that statement in the way that she made it. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
The Venezuelan government make the accusation and they make the threats. The Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister has responded, and now the door is open for diplomacy. So we know what is going on in between, and she has already called secretly or openly to let people know that America will be the partner in case of any violence. But we are loving people. Venezuelans and Trinidadians are loving people. Is the leader or they making trouble because the Venezuelans deal with gas and then go on?
And look.
And there are certain people who are influencing that.
And caller, let me just add to that. The same way that Maduro tried to tackle this whole thing with Guyana is the same thing. They just is talk. Maduro never gonna do nothing.
Yeah, so don't mind we small. She let them know she has some skin and she ain't taking that easy. She'll call upon she international partners to back she in case of anything. And the whole Caribbean is there and all too. Don't mind me, I no real equipment to fight them because time too F-16 come from Venezuela. We know we annihilated, but we ain't just going down there so. But you wonder what she do, chop you and anybody come in and do whatever they want and try that.
Yeah.
Come be a good prime minister and support she. She do the right thing. And then all the other things that you talk about is similar. Have a good day, man.
Yeah, man. No problem. Yeah. We're going again. Hello, good morning. I'll take one more on this topic after this, then I'll get to the school violence clip. Morning.
Good morning, Stefan.
Morning, my dear. Go ahead.
I don't know if you could recall this, but something the Prime Minister said there, and I don't have no problem with whatever she said, and I still don't understand why the newspaper printing what these other people saying. Dr. Rowley had 10 years to come out and say anything positive. He chose not to. It was always doom and gloom, just like the people who come in now and talking about doom and gloom. Anyway, I recall calling this program some years ago, and I was saying that if you have a 2-liter, and this was with regard to the Venezuelans coming to Trinidad. If you have a 2-liter bottle of Coke and you're pouring it into a little chubby bottle, what will happen? And this is what was happening with Venezuela and Trinidad. All these people were coming here, a place like Venezuela coming into a little island like Trinidad. I mean to say, what is going to happen? And you notice she said something about what will happen if these people come in here of military age picking up arms against us.
Yeah.
What will happen? I talked about all that years ago.
I've been speaking on that for years as well. Since 2018 with the influx, I've been speaking out on it. They tell me stigmatizing
Dr. Rowley
people.
was there. Yeah, Dr. Rowley was dancing Congo line and all kind of thing. Everything was fine and dandy. So what is he coming now to talk about? Listen, these newspapers, all this stop printing. These people are irrelevant now. They are not important. They are not in charge. He gave up his thing and gone his way. He said he left us better off. Didn't he say that?
Yeah, he did.
He packed his suitcase and gone and say he left us better off. But he meant he left himself better off, not Trinidad and Tobago. He left here better off.
Okay.
And that is the thing. So we don't want to hear them anymore. Let the Prime Minister, our lady, do what it is she has to do now. I have no problem with what she said. Okay, bye.
All right, no problem. Yeah. I don't think there is going to be any hostility or anything like that. I think she's just making a firm statement as a new leader, letting Venezuela know, letting Maduro and them fellas and them know, easy. I ain't going back down. You can't push me. Morning. Simple as that.
Well, morning. Man at the ground here, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
A special rainy morning to each and every one. Here what's going on. The same man who complained now is the same man who make all of us tighten our belt. And he never make we lose it back. I tighten my belt until my jockey shorts fall down. Because I'm telling you. Right? So I see no problem with this man trying to protect the border or to do about it. Even though the police then get vehicles, more vehicles of patrol, it will still have bandits coming east, west, north, and south. And even though you put the Coast Guard into the waters, you will still have Venezuela coming from east, west, north, and south. So here we're going on. Let the woman do she work. She only have a few days in the office, a month or 2 months. Go in, let she do she work. But man, have a blessed one. Be safe on the road, brother.
No problem, man. Yeah. Look, we're going to come back to the phone lines. I want to get to the student violence thing. But listen, this is what leaders do. This is how a leader has to respond. You don't respond. I mean, I understand that there is need for diplomacy, and diplomacy will come. There will be talks between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela. There will be talks between Trinidad and Tobago and the United States of America. There will be talks between the United States of America and Venezuela, and so on and so forth. These things will happen. But you have to understand that for a long period of time now, there is a propaganda machinery down in Venezuela there, right, that has been at work and has been able to keep Maduro in power through him taking over. The man take over everything, the Supreme Court. The man is a total dictatorial scene down there. And with that comes a lot of propaganda. So when they put out a statement like that, right, and you are the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and you check into these things, because the Minister of Defense, Wayne Sturge, was asked some questions by the media as well. that they have checked the radar system and there is no evidence to support what the Maduro administration is saying. They're further investigating it, and if, to see if they missed something or if it actually occurred, and when that time comes, they will deal with it accordingly, right? But what was asked of him is if there is some fractious, I think was the word that was used, situation between Venezuela and Trinidad and Tobago, and he said no. He said, as a matter of fact, we have no issue with Venezuela, but anything from a fractious standpoint coming from them, because they are the ones that issuing the statement and making these claims. And we check into it, and we have no evidence to support anything that they're saying. So you have to respond now to let them know, because that's what you said at the end. No amount of propaganda, nothing ain't going to come and drive no wedge between Trinidad and Tobago and the United States of America. But as the Prime Minister, I'm being firm on this. If you try to operate or on Trinidad soil, if you try to come into Trinidad soil to run any kind of operation or anything like that, if there is any incursion, we will not put up with this. You will be met with force. And I do not think she's going to make that statement if she's not confident as to where the backup coming from. I think those talks would have already taken place. And by the way, there is nothing that happens in the world that the United States of America don't know about first. Let me be real on that. All right? Their intelligence agencies write up. Whether you like them or you don't like them, these are the facts. Right? So I don't see anything wrong. I think that is just a statement made by a strong leader. I think that before you talk about meeting unidentified ships coming in from Venezuelan waters, our Coast Guard meeting them with deadly force, we need to upgrade the operations of our Coast Guard, because I don't think that we have vessels that equipped to meet anybody with deadly force, right? But maybe that she could have hold back on. But nevertheless, I don't see any problem with it. All right? And we do have a Venezuelan problem. We do have a crime problem. I believe she also made a statement saying that you have Venezuelans taking gangs in Trinidad and Tobago through Venezuela straight down to Colombia to cut out the middleman. And they're doing deals in terms of cocaine with the Colombians. When we have all these illegal guns in the country, where you feel they're coming from? Where all you feel they're coming from? You understand? How you feel them fellas and them have so much guns now? The guns that they're getting out of South America cheap. They're getting it for small money. That's why they have the arsenal that they have. But we want to sit down and pretend like these things not happening. We want to sit down and pretend like when we had the influx in 2018, it wasn't totally out of control. She mentioned it. We do not even know the background of a lot of the people that came in from Venezuela. We don't know the background. We don't know where they come from. We don't know what they're capable of. And that is facts. In 2018, I was talking about that. And what happened? You know what they tell me? Stefan, you're stigmatizing the Venezuelan people. I said, no, it had nothing to do with that, because a lot of them stopped me in the road and they meet me, they talk with me, and they told me, and I've said this in the past, they meet me, a man meet me in Long Circular Mall, a Venezuelan preacher man, a pastor, and the man see me and go on his knees. That time, I wasn't like Stefan Rees, but apparently the man used to watch Synergy TV. This like in this could have been 2017 going into 18 or whatever. Right, we was 3 years into doing Breaking Dawn. So I wasn't like Stefan Rees like how I am now. And the man had recognized me, and the man tell me, the man said, Lord, Father, he said, listen, if all you don't do something in Trinidad, all you'll get just like Venezuela, you know. The man said, everything that's going on in Trinidad right now, all you're going to end up like Venezuela, you know. And, well, he told me at the time, he said, well, you have to get rid of that fella, you know. That Prime Minister, you know, because he just like Maduro. And I tell anybody, the man tell me, this is what the man tell me. The man on his knees so, begging me. And I 3 years into my show, me and nobody, me and no powers or nothing like that. And I tell him, I say, my brother, don't worry, man, everything will be cool, man. He say, I'm telling you. And he even warned, I have met Venezuelan people who have warned me about certain Venezuelan people coming over into Trinidad and Tobago. And we know during the pandemic, during COVID, Venezuelan was coming in here like it's nothing, while your own citizens was locked out. Venezuelans were sailing up the road, coming in. They was coming right, some of them was coming right through down in Chagaramas there, just walking off a boat and in the country. No checks, no balances, no background check, no nothing. And we want to pretend like that has not been going on for the last, 7 years. Wayne Sturge was talking about 7,000 Venezuelans based on information that he got from some Venezuelan embassy. I think it's not the embassy, I don't want to say the embassy, but he called somebody's name, some Venezuelan organization, and they gave him a number of 7,000 Venezuelans. Wayne Sturge, if you believe 7,000 Venezuelans alone in Trinidad and Tobago, well, you just wake up. You have to just wake up. Maybe 70,000. Can't be 7,000. They must be wipe off a zero. Anywhere you look, they're all over. And not just in Trinidad, but throughout the Caribbean too. They have left their country. Look how much of them was in the United States of America. And had to be sent back, some of them in El Salvador now. You dig? So you feel the bad, you feel the gangsters, the ones who had ties to gangs and things. You feel they end up in America alone. They're all over, but we don't even know who they are. And then we want to understand, but how come we have such a high crime rate? How come it escalates? Only go and check the figures. Numbers don't lie. I always tell all of that. And I've been talking about that. Nobody can take me on. And I say, you know what happened? Let me mash our brakes. Because I know Venezuelan people. Me and them just talk good. We're good friends. And I don't want them to feel I against them. But what I am talking is real. We have a problem. And for the last 7 years, we refuse to admit and accept that we have a problem. And nobody was dealing with it. It was allowed to just go on and on and on and on, and now we're here. $624 murders last year. Now we're here. And some people might say, well, Stefan, you're talking about 624 murders, but how much of them was involved in Venezuelans? I don't know, but I can tell you what, we had a lot of gun violence, so where all the guns come from? We have to be real. And stop living in pretend on fantasy island and pretend that certain things don't happen in this place. Well, you know damn well what's going on. So deal with it. I think she said there will be some new law on immigration or some kind of thing like that. She mentioned something to that effect as well as it relates to the process and so on and so forth. Because we have a lot of people who we don't know where they come from, we don't know their background, but they're coming in. It cannot be like that. Anyway, school violence. Fellas, how long that clip is? The one on the school violence. 4 minutes? All right, I'll tell you what, we'll start the second hour with that. And just for people who worried, listen, stop panicking and being a coward. Stop worrying when your leaders talk strong and firm. A lot of people be reaction, oh God, how she go say that? Oh God, it's Venezuela. Man, give me a break now. Give me a break now. God, boy, people is panic for no reason, you know. And jump out themselves. We feel Venezuela come and drop a bomb on Trinidad and blow you off the map. Maduro and them talk, they talk. The PM go talk or talk. All the talk will happen. And nothing is going to happen. You understand? And I'm confident about that. Anyway. Jameson. We want you to boost your immune system with Jameson immunity products to fight off the seasonal sniffles, such as their cold fighter with echinacea, vitamin C chews with the honey lemon flavor. And for additional support, try their delicious vitamin D3 chews and ultra strength zinc. Chew, fight, and feel amazing with Jameson trusted vitamins and minerals. That is Jameson. And I also want to let you know a little bit about Flow. All right, Flow have a little rhythm, man. It's in carnival yet, you know, but the rhythm is there. All right, so at Flow, customers are at the heart of everything they do. Flow is committed to keeping your rhythm flowing by being close when you need them and keeping you seamlessly connected. So no hurdles, no hassles, just round-the-clock support from people who understand what you need with 24/7 WhatsApp assistance, an all-in-one self-service app that makes it easy to manage your account, and in-store support when you need a familiar face. Flow is now more accessible to you than ever before. And they know that you depend on them for service that just works. So they're always improving their network and always working diligently to minimize interruptions. And if there's ever a problem, Flow will do what it takes to make it right. So at Flow, they keep your rhythm flowing no matter what. And with that, we're going to flow straight into our second break and then flow into the student violence issue that the Prime Minister spoke about yesterday. Stay tuned. There's our flow this morning.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Consult Vedic astrologer Tulasi Prasad, who offers profound insights into an individual's life path and astrology journey in Trinidad and Tobago. Master can guide you with astrology and horoscope readings, love spell casting, family disputes, marriage problems, health problems, job and business problems. Master also is experienced in effective black magic removal remedies, negative energy removal remedies, reuniting loved ones, and many more. To get Master's guidance, call us now.
At +1 868 3987 547, located in Trinidad and Tobago.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Bad hair days? Not on our watch. Shamir's herbal line grows it. Natural styles and roots it. Thinning hair, we bring it back. Shamir, 100% natural. Love your hair.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Beautiful color can be easy with Biogen Easy Color for women. Biogen has a gentle conditioning formula that leaves hair healthy and shiny. It's easy to apply. No stains, no drips. Biogen Easy Color for women.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate-free, all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate-free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
All right, so we're back, and we are 4 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. I want to remind you about Palmstar promotions before we go further. No, Palmstar, sorry, I set you up there. Yeah. I'm going to take the bullet for that. Not a literal bullet, eh? You know. All right, so I want to remind you about Palmstar promotions. So parents and teachers, listen up. Palmstar promotions, of course, is back with the 4th annual Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge. And your child could be the next spelling star. Happening July 12th at Lowlands Mall. It's open to standards 3, 4, and 5, ages 9 to 12 plus, including homeschool students. Top prize, a desktop computer for the school with the most student entries and points. Plus, loads more up for grabs. Tablets, medals, and exciting surprises. Shopping at Charon's in Tunapuna, Trin City, San Juan, or Diego Martin will get you 5% off any Kotese Kotela dictionary. Just show the flyer or a pic of it on your phone. Register now. Contact Auntie Esther on 471-2604 or visit Pamstar Promotions on social media. And remember, no uniforms, dress elegantly casual. It's time to listen, learn, and shine only with Pamstar Promotions. And I can let you know that the time tomorrow for the viewing of the finals that took place at Eastgate Mall will be at 9 a.m. tomorrow. All right? 9 a.m. tomorrow. What's that? And we repeat at 5 p.m. So we go 9 a.m. in the morning. You'll get the finals. And the viewing of the finals that took place at Eastgate Mall, and then there will be a repeat at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Nice. Also, Steel Force Caribbean Limited. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, located at number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace, Pinal. They are your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set at API standards. And they offer a wide range of services for residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So give them a call on 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, reinventing the standards on how we handle steel. And we also want to introduce the Keolic range of products, which is backed by science and has over 900 scientific research and clinical trials, made from aged garlic extract, with, which is organically grown and aged without heat to convert the harsh and unstable organosulfur compounds in garlic into odorless, non-irritating, and bioavailable compounds. Now, you can try any one of the products in the Keolic range and be amazed at the results. So, this range of products include the Keolic Cleanse, or the Colic, sorry, the Colic Cleanse and Digestion, the Keolic Blood Pressure Health. They also have the Keolic Cholesterol Health, the Keolic Total Heart Health, and the Keolic Circulation Health, all proven to be effective in sustaining healthy levels, and all includes the aged garlic extract formulation. Keo Green Powder Drink Mix is also available, and Keodophilus Probiotics. And the Keolic Aged Garlic Extract introduces a powerful range of products that can provide the health benefits needed to live a stronger life, supporting cardiovascular health, immune health, gut health, and so much more. So get the Keolic range of products at pharmacies and health stores across the country. And for more information, you could WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. All right. So, we're going to get to the student violence. We've had a problem with student violence for a while now. We have seen the videos, the countless videos that have been highlighted on this program in the past. I took a firm position not to show those school fights again a couple of years ago, because I didn't want them to feel like we're glorifying it. So breaking down as the producer, I took a decision not to show them. So people were sharing it all over social media. We said, nah, we're not going to air it. All right? Now, the Prime Minister yesterday at the press conference had something to say about that school violence as it relates to the most recent incident that took place. Take me to that.
Violence, another issue again, yet again. Reports that a Form 5 student, Southeast Port of Spain Secondary School, is currently warded at the hospital after being viciously attacked by schoolmates in a planned and filmed assault. It is reported that the incident occurred on Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025, inside the school's bathroom. The teenager suffered a fractured nose, a broken tooth, blood clots in the eyes, and other injuries to her body during the brutal beating. Video footage of the incident shows the three girls concerning cornering and ambushing the victim in what appears to have been a premeditated attack. Several other female students were seen recording the incident, and instead of stepping in to help, they were busy filming. As the beating concluded, one of the attackers delivered 2 forceful kicks to the victim's face, leaving her bleeding from the nose. Clumps of her hair were seen scattered on the floor as she lay injured on the ground. Other students eventually carried the battered girl out of the washroom. On Wednesday, June 4th, the 3 suspects and their parents were summoned to a meeting at the school. All 3 girls are now facing suspension. Now, I will speak to the minister after we get a full report. I think everybody's fed up with the daily dose of school violence. You send your children to school and you want them to be safe. I think everyone is fed up with violence taking place in our schools. Going forward, we will treat every occurrence of assault or battery as an expellable offense in schools and an arrestable offense to put before the courts. I want parents and students to listen very carefully. If your child batters another child, assaults or batters another child in school, they will be expelled and will face the full brunt of the law. They will be arrested. Let us carefully listen. I'm not saying that they will be suspended, but it will become an expellable offense. My Minister of Defense has advised me, whilst at the same time that this may be happening, that we will have to find some kind of spaces in which these children can be properly counseled and nurtured. But they cannot remain in our schools and be a danger to all the others, the majority of students who are well-behaved. We have to protect those well-behaved students from the few who will engage in assault and battery in our schools. And, you know, if someone is 15 years old, if that person robs you or assaults you or extorts you, they are arrested. However, if they do the same thing in a school uniform, they are getting a free pass. It doesn't make sense that a school uniform is a license to break the law. This must stop. All acts of school violence must now be referred to the police for criminal prosecutions. Parents need to take responsibility for their children's behavior. And if they can't train them to properly behave in school, then let them stay home, and then we will have to look for spaces, as I said, to properly nurture them and counsel them and to help them to live in a manageable way. If any parent or student assaults or threatens a principal or a teacher, that child will be expelled. Assault, threats, battery. The child will be facing expellable charges. We are fed up of seeing our principals and teachers abused and threatened by both students and the parents of some students. We will enforce expulsion rules to the maximum. Additionally, all students caught in videos cheering and clapping and egging on the violence will be suspended because they are also participants. It is a time that every act of school violence, it is a time now where every act of school violence be reported to the police and that participants, as I say, face expulsion and prosecution in the courts. I am urging all principals, teachers and students to make reports to the police and forward the reports to your MPs if you see no action being taken. School violence.
All right. Well, you heard the Prime Minister very clearly there. I do not think that I need to, add anything to that. She's very clear. And it made a lot of sense too. So let's get your thoughts. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Listen to this. You see what is happening in school is the collective neglect and deliverables out of a statement a former Prime Minister said. You know the term he used? Hyenas in an African jungle. He did nothing. Tutor did nothing. Tutor, likewise the PTA, NPTA, allow it to continue. And this is where we reach a stage that we have to take some serious action. Not only, I want you to go further, parents too. The end result is what you provide in your environment at home will allow your child to grow up in that environment. So if you have parents wearing a pants under the bottom, what a child will do. If you have a father slapping up his mother, what the boy child will do. If you have a girl child seeing her mother going with a skimpy dress down the road, what will the child do when she reach 11, 12? So it's back to good parenting and good policy. And I think the former Prime Minister has failed this country immensely by not providing the school facilities, by leaving all those schools dilapidated.
Okay.
If he had provided a proper environment for growing the children and educating them, we might not have reached this age. I'll go and have a nice morning.
All right, no problem. Yeah, morning. Morning. What morning. Okay, it's saying that answer there, you know. All right, I gotta. All right, that's now. Right. All right. Let me take this one. Yeah, morning.
Good morning. You know, this woman is really something else, you know. We have been clamoring for this kind of thing for years, but now we're getting it. But something I want to add here, wasn't the former Prime Minister, and I'm not talking about Stewart, the other one, Dr. Rowley, wasn't he a bully? Wasn't he a teacher and a bully and whatever you want to call it? Okay, I will leave that for the rest of the world. I go on.
All right, no problem. Lord Father, I tell you. Yeah, morning.
Hey, Stefan.
Yeah, morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. What are your thoughts on
the
new student violent policy?
Well, I'm 100% behind it. And you know why, Stefan? Because you know very well that the majority of the police do not perform the duties that they are mandated to perform. And this is why we have it. You know, in certain times, right?
Yeah.
That couldn't happen. I remember, you know, this woman police, she will fling them into a vehicle on an evening, right? Time to go home because we are the parents, and take the time, call the parents and so on. So this, right now, you realize what is happening, Stefan? There's a statement that is used in a certain department, the flag waving the breeze right now, because you have one, right, acting, and you have another one acting also in a position. Nobody is properly fitted. It's like square pegs and wrong hole. I cannot really say it outright, but I hope you get the message. And this, you know, we have a leader. Have we ever seen the slightest, like City said, the slightest of laws or being reenacted and stuff from the former regime? You know why? Because a lawyer deals with laws. Laws affect everyone. And here we are. Thank you very much.
All right, no problem. Yeah. Let me see. Morning. Hello, morning.
Sir, good morning.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
I would really like to applaud the Prime Minister for the stance that she has taken where school violence is concerned. It is long overdue, right? I also appreciate the fact that she said those who taping and egging on will be suspended as well, because they're adding fuel to those who fighting, right? What I would like to say she should have done is charge the parents along with the children and them. When the report is made to the police, charge the children and them because they are minors, right? So whoever their parents and guardians are, they should be facing a charge as well. Right, to the little child, the young lady who is in the hospital from Southeast, you know, I pray she makes a speedy recovery, and I pray that the Lord gives her family strength, because as the mother of teenagers, Stefan, boys and girls, this is not an easy thing to see when you're sending your children to school to learn, and this is what they're faced with.
Yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
But I really applaud her, and again, she's a mother, so you know you're going to see a different response from her. Right.
Okay.
Have a great day, Steph.
No problem. Thanks a lot, you too. We'll take this one. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Hey, Stefan Pleasant, good morning, man.
Yeah, man.
It's time somebody stand and deal with that school situation. It's for too many years I see teachers in school under sea trouble with them training them.
Yeah.
This is the environment I work in, you
Yeah.
understand? And then the law, that time meant some laws to deal with them training them. Because as juveniles, it has certain ways you can't deal with them. It have a way others deal with juvenile children. Right? And that's humbugging the whole system. You see what this Prime Minister do here now? Kudos.
Okay.
Kudos. You're on the right track. Somebody has to deal with that.
Yeah.
I can't see children bullied in school. Never tell you something. If they don't put a handle on that, one day our parents go walk in the school and you know what will happen.
Yeah.
You know what will happen because some parents are taking that for the children. You know? They just said the right children here.
Boy?
Have a pleasant.
Yeah, man. Cool. Yeah, and I mean, you got to remember too, Ms. Prasad Bisesa as well, she would have been, if you go back to her as Minister of Education under Basdeo Pandey's prime ministership, she signed on, and the UN has to take the blame for this. The way that society is now, the fact that you have a generation that is totally out of control, it's because of some of these things that the UN has pushed, like the rights of the child. The rights of the child. And that is what the initiative was when Mrs. Prasad Bisesa was Minister of Education. There was this initiative called the Rights of the Child, and this is where they abolished the punishment of children in school and that kind of thing. So you couldn't get licks and all kind of thing, and they called it the rights of the child. And Trinidad and Tobago signed on to that. And she got blows for it for many years. That she's the one that took that sort of punishment out of school, corporal punishment out of school. And people didn't know that it was a UN initiative. Morning.
Morning, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Well, I read most of the comments on this particular news story, and 99% of the comments posted on social media agree with the stance of the government, right?
Yeah.
They're back against our wall. God forbid, we hope this girl have a full recovery, because the kind of beating this girl get kicked in the head and thing. Let me pray to God that
I didn't see the video, And I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. But I'm just saying I didn't see it. So I only heard about it at the press conference yesterday.
Right, and those children have mothers. All mothers partial labor pains to bring the child into this world.
Yeah.
Right? Right. And on the first issue, the actual, I realize the news articles are cutting out pieces, a piece of the statement put forth by the Prime Minister on the Venezuela. And she said exactly. She said she would be speaking with the Minister of Defense, Wayne Sturge, and the Attorney General, John Jeremy, to seek advice and protection for the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, quote, to use deadly force on any unidentified vessel entering TNT waters from Venezuela, smuggling military able-bodied men and women.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not 100% initiative. She still had to seek advice on it. And last but not least, if we, how long we independent nation now? 60-something?
Yeah, since 62. Yeah.
And if we Coast Guard vessels we buy in from Incat and Hostel and all over the place, only have place to cook food and drink rum and make fresh broth on it, well then we had to sink all them vessels and them in the Gulf of Paria. I go on.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So I'm just going to hold up there. We're 24 minutes past your 7 o'clock. We have another clip from the press conference if we want to get to. I think the stance on the school violence is long overdue. And I think that anybody who disagrees with it has to be totally insane. At this point, I think that we have a generation that is just totally out of control. We have a gang culture that we need to address. And we have all these things happening in society that you know, something has to be done, and it has to start somewhere. And we got to start in the schools. And expulsion, as bad as it is, I remember we had discussions on that in the past, well, Stefan, when you expel the child, what you going to do? You're leaving the child home now to go on roam and end up on the block and end up in a gang. But she did say that these students that are expelled, they will have to find a space for them now where they can help them in terms of their mental and the anger management and whatever they have to deal with. So I think that's, it's pretty much a holistic approach to the problem. We're not just saying we're going to expel these children, send them home. They will face the full brunt of the law, and I think that they should. You can't be 14 and 15 years old and could plan a premeditated attack on our next individual and tell me that you ain't old enough to face the brunt of the law, but you could plan a premeditated attack. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of them had to learn that there are consequences to your actions. And those consequences will come fast. It will be swift and stern. And they have to start getting a little taste of what that's like. We mightn't be able to put corporal punishment back into the schools, but we could deal with it in a different form. So, unfortunate as it is that students will face expulsion, I think that, look, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. Right? Stand your ground. Let me get that now.
I think the ongoing debate on this is very, very healthy, on stand your ground law. It helps people to understand the issues. However, we will go through with stand your ground laws as we promised in our campaign. We will do it. Ask yourselves this: why should you have to retreat in your own home? So that's the old law, you retreat. Why should you have to retreat in your own home when you and your family are being threatened? Why should you have to decide between defending your family or not defending your family because you're fearful that you will be prosecuted later? There are frivolous arguments about aiming for the criminal's foot and hand and leg and whatever it may be. That is unrealistic in home invasion situations because you're already so terrified that you will be such a marksman that you could aim for the two. So we will bring the stand your ground laws to defend yourself and your families. I say to citizens, stand your ground legislation is passed. If criminals invade your home, stand your ground for your loved ones. Do not hesitate. Send them straight out to the hospital. Drug and human trafficking, a few words on this before I give to my ministers. Drug and human trafficking is on the increase along the southern and southwest areas of our country. There's an increase in female traffickers, drug and human trafficking. Let me be clear. Some Venezuelan women are main persons who run the human trafficking rings. Members of the Venezuelan community are also escorting Trinidadian gang members from Trinidad to traverse across Venezuela and then enter into Colombia to do direct illegal business with cocaine producers. Some Trinidadian gangs are now cutting out the middlemen. They're going straight to Colombian producers, facilitated by those in Venezuela who have been welcomed into this country. A lot of Venezuelans identifying the drug trafficking and human trafficking have registration documents, so they are here apparently legally. Clearly, they have duped the system. We are working on a migrant plan to be rolled out in the coming months. I warned you all before the elections. I said, if you do illegal activity in TNT, you will be sent back. And yet the crime involved in Venice continues to increase. In the interim, I'm advising Venezuelan migrants who are here, if you wish, you should begin to return to your country. Turn now.
All right, so she was very clear on two things there. The stand your ground legislation, you should not have to retreat in your own home when you're under attack. And don't shoot for no knee and leg and arm. Put them down. And three, that's the same thing I mentioned a little earlier, where you have Venezuelans taking these gangs through Venezuela into Colombia to do the drug deals and cutting out the middleman, which is going to start a war within itself. And you know, I mean, people are going to start to get killed because from the time you start to cut out the middleman, yeah, all kind of drama could happen, right? Depending on who the middleman is and who they're associated with and who's going to lose in the end, right? The human trafficking ring is a very serious thing that needs to be addressed as well. And I just thought that she's spot on, and she's making some very firm statements. Some will agree, some will disagree. We're going to take a break. When we come back from the break, hopefully I'll have time for the final one, where Saddam Hussein and Barry Padarat addressed the Faris al-Rawi statements. Stay tuned for that after this.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Bad hair days? Not on our watch. Jameer's herbal line grows it. Natural styles and roots it. Fitting here, we bring it back. Jameer, 100% natural. Love your hair.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donatian. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
Introducing Open Minds primary school lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
beautiful color can be easy with Biogen Easy Color for women. Biogen has a gentle conditioning formula that leaves hair healthy and shiny. It's easy to apply. No stains, no drips. Biogen Easy Color for women.
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh Ji, are you worried about the problems in your life? Are you facing problems in your relationship? Do you have problems in your job or business? Are you facing health issues? Then the only solution. Master Santosh Ji. He is an expert in palm, face, and horoscope reading. Know your future and change the way of your life. He is expert in solving problems related to love, relationship, job, health, finance, sexual, enemy, spiritual problem, many more. He removes all negativity and gives good luck. He is specialist in getting back loved ones and ex-love back. Get an effective solution for all your problems. Call Master Santosh Ji at +1 868 384 located in all over Trinidad and Tobago.
I'm leaving it. I don't talk about this. The fellas called me this morning and said, Stefan, you're sponsoring breakfast, chef not here. I said, all right, no problem. Usually we just go and get a little double something, right? They said, I want to go by the Chinese lady right around the corner. I said, okay, no problem. So, her food tastes good, but at $30 for a portion of shark, you can't give me 6 little pieces of shark, so. And I tell them that, because I used to buy from a long time. From the time she said $30 for the portion of shark, I already, remember I tell all of that, what I tell all you? I said she'll give me about 6 pieces of shark. Because I don't know, she calculating it, each piece, she checking each little piece of shark, so, at $5. I don't know 6 pieces of shark I go and get. They tasting good. But 6 little pieces of shark, so? I'm telling all, look. Hold on. Look. They tell all the line, look. Well, all wasn't big like this. Right? Look at the next piece here. Look at the next piece here. Yeah, shark just come in leg and tie because I went to leg. I'm telling you, no, but some people, I was talking about that the other day. Some people just overdo it with food. With the food price. You know what I mean? There's overdo it with the food prices these days, man. Odd, man. And by the way, I sponsor breakfast. I get them $100. I get back 20. Yeah, them are lucky I get back change. Let me put my thing in my pocket here before they get bright. Before they get bright. Understand? Yeah, serious. Chef, we missing you. We miss you, chef. Come back to us. Please. All right. Before I get to the clip with Vari Padarat and Saddam, I don't know if I'll have time to take calls. Maybe I'll have to cut it a little short. I'll tell all when to cut it depending on when people get, when I feel, people would get the point. But Roll Right Alignment and Service Center, your one-stop shop for vehicle care, located on Salim Avenue, Monroe Road, Chagonas. And Roll Right has everything you need to keep your ride in top shape, from new and used tires to speed balancing and 3D computerized wheel alignment. They've got it all covered. At Roll Right, you can also get the full suite of vehicle maintenance services, including comprehensive suspension and vehicle repairs, injector flow, bench, diagnostic testing, and ultrasonic cleaning, servicing, oil changes, and vehicle diagnostic scanning. Plus, Roll Right offers a wide selection of high-quality vehicle batteries, ensuring you're always powered up for the road ahead. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. You could visit them today, or you could give them a call on 303-8344. Find them on all social media platforms. Roll Right, Alignment and Service Center, always rolling right. And Flow. Yes, I want to remind you that at Flow, their customers are their priority. So, Flow's raising the bar and going all out for their customers with a commitment to be your partner that's always within reach and to provide you with a network that keeps getting better. Because you, the customers, are at the heart of everything Flow does. Everything Flow does is to ensure that they keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what. All right, so check out Flow today. And with that, we're going to take you to this clip with the Prime Minister spoke about Faris Al-Rawi. We spoke about it yesterday as well, with these statements that Al-Rawi made. He could not provide any evidence, things like that. One of our callers called in and spoke about this same thing that they mentioned at the press conference, that contracts were given out just on the eve of the general election, and that is why Faris is making those statements. But take us to the press conference, because the Prime Minister just gave a little teaser, and then she said she would leave her minister Saddam Hussein and Barry Padarat to speak on it further. All right, take us to that.
Good evening, members of the media. Thank you very much, Prime Minister. The Prime Minister ended her presentation by indicating that Minister Al-Rawi, former Minister Al-Rawi, former Attorney General, former member for Sanford and the West, thank you for reminding me, has indicated that he is crying doom and gloom with respect to certain programs such as CPEP and so on. There's one particular program called the National Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program that now falls under the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Fisheries. And this program was established really for environmental rehabilitation in terms of the forestry division and parts of the agricultural extension services. Currently, when we were briefed by the program and the CEO of the RDC, where the program was previously under, was with Mr. Al-Rawi under the Ministry of Local Government. Under this new government, it has moved to the Ministry of Agriculture, as I said. We are informed that the total number of approved contractors for long-term are 80 contractors, and the contracts are usually 3 years long. The total number of approved contractors for short-term was 64, and those are 3-month contracts. And the total number of active contractors, according to their information, is 127, and there are other types of contractors. What was very interesting is that when we were briefed, we were given a list of contracts which spanned several pages, amounting to 127 contracts. And of 73 of the long-term 3-year contracts, those contracts were entered to on the 25th of April 2025. The 25th of April 2025 was the Friday right before the general election. I'm informed that there was a flurry of activities taking place at the RDC for contracts to be entered into on the eve of a general election. And while some contracts were dated the 25th of April 2025, I'm also informed that some of those contracts were signed on the day of the election. And this is what we have discovered so far at the ministry. And when you look at the sample of the contract, it means that every contractor will be paid a fortnightly contract sum of $45,756. This fortnightly. This was used as a machinery for electioneering and mobilizing for the election day defeat. And we are further informed that these contracts were assigned to various constituencies, in particular the marginal constituencies across Trinidad. What was also very surprising is this. There's a program director at the National Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program. And her contract was in fact allegedly renewed on the 25th of April 2025. And when I saw a copy of the contract, there was two documents, two contracts, or two letters of offer. One, the CEO did not place his signature on the document, but the program director did in fact place her signature on the document. That was one contract for renewal. On the second contract for the renewal, the CEO affixed his signature to the document. The program director did not affix her signature to the document, but a witness signed indicating that she saw the program director signing the document. And there was no signature. So these are very serious matters that we have now discovered at this particular program. So at the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Fisheries, we are conducting several other reviews of those contracts that were awarded, and in particular the hiring practices that were taking place under this particular program. So, and I must say that the expenditure is that they were allocated $80 million for this particular program in this current fiscal year of 2025. So these are some of the very brief points I wish to raise with you with respect to what was taking place on the eve of a general election by the last PNM government. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Saddam Hussein. Honorable Prime Minister, colleagues, members of the media, I want to encourage my colleagues who are now in the opposition, particularly the former member for San Fernando West, who is now an opposition senator, to stop seeking their own interest and start seeking the interests of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. For the past 10 years, we were regaled of stories, many of which were a conjured up figment of people's imagination. But MP Saddam Hussein has shared with you some factual information as it relates to reforestation. Today, I wish to share some factual information as it relates to CPEP. Being the new line minister for CPEP, CPEP was previously under the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Having had CPEP now reassigned to the Ministry of Public Utilities, I had the opportunity to meet with the management of CPEP to get some information with respect to what is the financial standing of the company, whether or not the company has been meeting its mandate, because for quite a while it appeared as though CPEP was a runaway horse. And similarly, like reforestation, what we have found is that it was utilized as a playground for PNM politicians, for those PNM party hats, those who sought the benefits of the state as opposed to looking after the interest of the state. Today, I want to be able to share with you several things as it relates to CPEP and the reason why former minister and former MP is crying wolf. In local parlance, we say they take front before front take them. And I want to explain that with former minister and former MP Al-Rawi. Similarly to what occurred in the reforestation program, we discovered that over 360 CPEP contracts were renewed for a period of 3 years during the period April 14th to April 24th, 2025. When asked about this, I was advised by the management of CPEP that there was no cabinet approval for this. We searched, there's no cabinet note. Instead, the management of CPEP was advised first that it did require cabinet approval. I sought an intervention from the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development as it relates to the possibility of whether or not that note existed. She informed me that the staff at the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has advised her that when that proposal was brought, the management, through the technocrats, the permanent secretary, and others, refused to put into effect existing contracts getting an extension for a period of 3 years by the former administration. They refused to carry out that on the eve of a general election. CPEP is a multi-million-dollar company. The contractors there ballooned from when we left office to 360 at present day. And many of whom, when I panned the list of contractors, out of 350 contracts that were awarded, over 275 of those contracts functioned and operated out of PNM held constituencies. That's over 50%, close to 75%, interestingly, of all CPEP contracts that were awarded during the past 10 years operated, functioned out of PNM held constituencies. That's the first point. The second issue has to do with the selection and the criteria of how one became a CPEP contractor. So the management also shared with me that ministers will call up, never mind they never turned up at CPEP, in terms of who will become a CPEP contractor. There was no transparency in the process. Instead, it was utilized as a party system that was available for rewarding the PNM boys and girls. And that is why I started off by telling you that former Minister Al-Rawi took front before front took him. Because they used that program in a way.
All right, we won't cut it there. But I think you get the gist. Right? And one more time it had on that clip. All right, yeah, but we'll save that 2 minutes. All right. Barry Potter had to kill me, you know. But yeah. One of the callers that called in yesterday said, spoke to exactly what they're saying there in the clip. And, you know, they go on to talk about, you know, him taking front before front take him. And I said, you know, that makes sense. Because if I gave out contracts the week of the election or the week or days before the election, and I know that the incoming administration is going to look into it, then they're going to say, but wait, how did these contracts pass? And they're going to put a stop to it, which is going to lead to CPEP contracts and workers, you know, losing their jobs or whatever the case might be. But these were rushed contracts, obviously, through a feeding frenzy that was taking place. I'm going to see if I could take a couple calls here before we go to the final break and come back and wrap up. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, morning, my dear. Go ahead.
That Venezuela issue.
Uh-huh.
I'm smelling a Mason Hall man behind that. I'm smelling a bald-head Mason Hall man behind that. With Barry and the Prime Minister did say that they would find the money. So I see that they are finding the monies that are stashed all over the different ministries.
Right.
Kudos to them for that. The other issue is Fitzy. That check that he went to collect, did he sign a book to say that he collected, date it as we normally do when we collect a check? He's supposed to be getting paid in the bank, so was that a side hustle that he and the PS was running out of National Security Ministry? I don't know, I just asking.
Okay.
Have a wonderful weekend.
All right, you have a great weekend, my dear. Oh, God, Lord Father, I tell you. Morning.
Yeah, morning.
Morning, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. The CPEP contract in Central Division, Jennifer Baptiste, and performance control and all them CPEP contract.
Just my caller not hearing you too clear. Go ahead, go ahead. You might have volume on the caller. You gone? Yeah, he came through very low. I really didn't hear what you say. I'm going to take this one quick. Hello, good morning. I'll probably be able to squeeze one more before we wrap up. Morning. If this one is quick enough.
Morning.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Cosa Nostra. I hear the voice.
Cosa Nostra, a blessed uprising to the country. And a bright and new day. Right? But what we saying, Cosa Nostra saying, look how long, right? Rowley acting like Maduro. Look how long, right? And at the time now that the people now wake up and face the reality of this thing we're going on, right? Because for too long, we country being manipulated by Rowley and Maduro, right? There's a mafia. There's a mafia.
All right,
we
my brother.
forgetting him, but we forgetting him, but.
All right. All right, finally. This is the last one I take it there real quick. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
On the Venezuelan issue, you do know that we were paying royalties in U.S. money for gas that we never received.
Yes.
So, probably they're of the opinion that we may ask for some refunds. I don't know. It's possible. So yes, this could be stemming from a Mason Hall intervention. With respect to the corporal punishment in the schools being removed, this thing started with the rights of the children from this international organization. That was a setup because soon after that, they introduced the right of the child to choose the gender.
Yeah.
So that was a program. If you look at how that started and where it got to, that was a program to introduce all of this set of other rights that we now pushing back against you. They created a monster. Now, it seems to me that these little children going to school, I know you didn't see the videos, but they dress like women. The biggest set of weave, eyelashes, nails, makeup. And if they take time and address that these children while they're home should be doing homework, schoolwork, studying, rather than sitting for hours getting their hair, their nails, and their eyes done for school purpose, that's madness.
Yeah.
So they need to look at the manner in which these kids presenting themselves for school, because they look like they're going on a boat ride.
Okay.
So we have to look at all of these things and address it. Simply because school is intended as a place of study and learning. And the only people who's going to benefit from this is the 1% who's going to hire them for minimum wage as soon as they come out of school.
Okay.
And they're not seeing that.
All right.
Stefan, thank you.
Yeah, man, no problem. Thanks a lot. Yeah. All right, that's all the time I have. Oh boy, I wish I'm there and we could have go on and on this morning. And I mean, just on that last note with the school issue, earlier in the show we mentioned the woman that went up on the stage and destroyed Lullaby's equipment. And I mean, you could imagine she have children. If that is your behavioral pattern, or that is the way that you deal with things, I mean, not much of an example for the kids that you have at home. So you could imagine when her children ask her how she's supposed to discipline them, when she herself has no discipline. You know? Anyway, we got to take the final break, and when we come back from the break, birthdays and we out. Stay tuned.
Best buys and best savings just got even better at JTA Supermarkets. Marigold margarine 227 gram, 3 for $18.99. Swiss spaghetti 400 gram, 3 for $18.99. Eve soya bean oil 500 ml, 2 for $19.99. Chocolisto chocolate drink 200 gram, 2 for $19.99. Chelsea's brown sugar 1800 grams, $19.99. Eve coconut milk powder 50 gram, 4 for $19.99. Pepsi 7-Up soft drink 500 ml, 6 for $19.99. Carlton's choice paper towel roll 75 count, 4 rolls for $19.99. Crest toothpaste 5.7 ounce, $17.99. Soft and pretty toilet tissue 12 count, $19.99. Plus many more items. Specials valid until June 8th, 2025. JTA Supermarkets, where your total bill always costs less.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47 Lot 6 Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47 Lot 6 Montu Trace in Pinal, reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results. At Open Minds, it's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.
I'm looking for a magic for this disaster of a war.
You need a master plan.
A what?
Kaleidoscope Weather Master Exterior Latex Emulsion. It stands up to our wicked sun and crazy rain. It shields against fading, protects against mildew, and is crack resistant. This paint so tough that it is tried and tested against British standards and formulated with European raw material.
Kaleidoscope Weathermaster Exterior Latex Emulsion, the premium outdoor paint that protects and shields against fading. Available at hardware and Kaleidoscope color shops nationwide.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility, which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
What's up? We back? I now remember, let me send this to your director. I'll get them a plug. Yes, now. Send it to you now, right. Let me know when you have it ready. All right, it's Sambranos now. You know, we just get them a little plug, we just get them a little pull-out, little preschool in Barataria, right around the corner from where I used to live. So they're having their enrollment in September 2025. And the contact information, so yeah. So Sambranos, the Learning Academy has open enrollment September 2025, and you can contact 491-4277. That is 491-4277 to enroll with Sambranos, okay? Nice little, you know, school, yeah. Nice vibes. Yeah, man. Usually we get them a pull out to their little Christmas. I think it's Christmas and Carnival jump up. Yeah, but Sambranos right there in Barataria. All right? So they got the enrollment going on. Contact them today if you're interested in having your child enroll with Sambranos. All right, we got some birthdays here. 7 minutes past your 8 o'clock. Happy birthday to Norbert Kent Malchan. Norbert Kent Malchan. May God continue to bless you. And we wish you all the health, strength, and prosperity. We love you. From your loving wife, Annie. Sisters, brothers, nieces, and nephews, much love. Nice, man. And that's all you, listen, we're not listening. That is all you need to do. Sisters, brothers, nieces, and nephews, grandmother, grandfather, nana, nenen. Right? Oh, God. And as I say that, morning, Stephen. Grant your Tobago fans the pleasure of wishing happy 13th birthday to Jazarian Roberts as he celebrates his birthday today, Friday, the 6th of June. And this is coming from your loving parents, Samoy and Roll, brothers Jarrell Campbell, Cujo, Kevin, sister Amril Roberts, grandmother Nyla Campbell, Uncle Carter, Auntie Avril, Lorna, Lauren, and Karen Campbell, and all your cousins. Wishing you a happy 13th birthday, and they want you to know they love and adore you. Big up Tobago, man. Yeah. We still have to go to Tobago and do the show, eh? We're going all over the place. We didn't go to Tobago yet. Is me all waiting on? All right. Good morning, Mr. Stephen. My name is Helen Yip Ying. My birthday is on Saturday, the 7th of June. I would like to wish myself a very happy birthday. May all my wishes and dreams come true. Thank you, Mr. Stephen. Have a blessed day, sir. All right. So, Helen, happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthday tomorrow. And happy birthday going out to Miss Rukmin Lachman Singh of Henry Road, Tunapuna. She will be celebrating her 101st birthday on Friday, 6th of June. Best wishes for many more, best wishes and many more coming from her nephews, nieces, grandchildren, neighbors, and friends. All right, nice. And I would imagine great-grands as well. It's 101, you know. 3 more. Good morning, Stefan. We would like to wish our neighbor, Chucks, a happy 60th birthday. He is celebrating his birthday on Sunday. We wish him all the best, coming from the Spades and Gin crew. All right, the Spades and Gin crew. That sounds like our All Fours team, boy. And happy anniversary to the only person in the world that I want besides me every day of my life, my loving wife, Joan. I want you to know times change, people. Times change, people change, but our memories remain from your awesome husband, Karmat. Nice, man. Good vibes. Yeah, man. Good vibes, good vibes. And finally, wishing a happy golden birthday to Janika Pia from Daddy Paul, Mommy Kivia, Granny Shirley, Granny Suzanne, Papa Jeff, Auntie Keisha, cousins Bambi, Booby, and Pumpkin. Bambi, Booby, and Pumpkin, I love it. All right, so happy birthday going out to Janika. All right. Well, that's it for the birthdays, and that's it for us this week. On Monday, we may revisit the press conference because Vandana Mohit, the Minister of Social Development and Family Services, she spoke at the press conference about the backlog at that ministry that has to be cleared as it relates to pension. And I think that's going to be very important for people to hear and to comment on. So we might visit that on Monday. We also have E-Nights on Monday as well. Monday will be the 9th of June. It would have been my sister's birthday. God rest her soul. So I'm going to organize a little picture and think I'll still say happy birthday to my sister, man. You know? And my birthday is 9 days after my sister. So my sister was the 9th of June, and I'm the 18th. And that's just how we roll. We also have to acknowledge Trinidad and Tobago will be playing St. Kitts in that World Cup qualifier at the stadium later tonight. I think the kickoff is 7:30 p.m. Go out to the stadium. I find the ticket price a little high at $200. I mean, it's St. Kitts. This is the problem. One of the problems that we face. You've got to make the ticket prices affordable. You can't tell me we're playing St. Kitts and charge people $200 and expect the stadium to be packed. You could have charged half that price and put double the amount of people in the stadium. Anyway, we wrap up for this week. Until Monday, stay safe and be careful on the roads, people. It's wet. Good morning.